Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where fun, fair, and love live, but survival is paramount. For those of you who have been here from the get-go, thank you. And for those of you who are just coming, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you. No, this one is going to be a very short video, but I recently fixed a part of my friend list. When you have a friend, a relative, a co-worker, an acquaintance, whatever label that person have, and that person gets up morning, noon, and afternoon, and all they do is complain. Complain to the point where it becomes so tiresome. They complain to the point where when you see that name comes up on that telephone, you want to hide or you want to get rid of that phone. It becomes draining. At what point do you draw the person up and you say, "Oh, come on. You can't be like this." So today this video is about expressing gratitude. Just being grateful. Because I recently had an encounter and I had to say to the person, "Oh, come on. You're in a good job. You have already bought your home. You have your car. You have a nice family. And I've never heard you say, 'Lord, I thank you. I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful that I can wake up in the morning, get myself ready, and go off to a job that pays me and pays me well enough to keep me afloat, to be able to make my contribution to the family setting along with my husband, and I am satisfied. I am not in any debt. I don't owe anybody anything, and all you can do is complain." I said, this could never be it. This could never be it. Where a lot of us are struggling to acquire a house, you already have. Some people, especially for this year, 2020, there are so many people who are now unemployed. There are certain people where uncertainty looms in every aspect of their lives. And one wakes up every day with glorious uncertainty as to what is going to happen, what direction will their life take. And you have many issues that derive from that. Some people are stressed to the bone, and all of us knows that one of the worst things is stress, because it brings on other things, unusual illnesses that you can't understand, that doctors can't explain to you either. So we know that being in certain position brings on mental issue, psychological issues, self-confidence issues. You understand me? Because for persons who are of independent mind, they don't want to be dependent on anybody. So just imagine if you are that person for how many years of your life, and now something happens that is totally beyond your control, and it places you in a situation where you don't know what to do. You don't know which foot to put forward. You don't know what direction to look into to begin salvaging your life, salvaging that spirit, that fighting spirit, salvaging that independent spirit that you maybe inherited from your mom or your dad. Just imagine. Yet you have people on the other hand who are in a good position, a wonderful position. So even though things are collapsing around them. People are in distress. People are uncertain as to what is going to happen. People are unhappy. This person who is in a good position and you are unable to be grateful, you are unable to express a keen sense of gratitude, we ought to look in ourselves and recognize that when the Lord keeps us and when He puts us in places for us to prosper, for us to grow, and for us to plant ourselves and make whatever impact there is that we can make, is a lot of times it's not because we are model citizens or we are model spiritual people. It's because He's the God of love, and because He's who He is, why we are afforded the opportunity. And you are going to tell me that even though you see that you are making progress, even though you are in a spot where, even though you can see left, right, your neighbors, your relative, your acquaintances being in distress, being in a dump, being uncertain, being pulled down from a place where they were, and they're now finding themselves in a situation they did not think they would be in all their lives. You are yet to find that sense of gratitude. You are yet to find that place where you understand that I am the chosen one. I am one of His chosen one. And that is the reason why I am here, and I am still in good spirit. I am still in a good position. I am still in good relations with my people. What is wrong with us? Where is the sense of gratitude? Where is that sense to understand that we are not here because we deserve, but because He's the God of love? He allows us, and He's extending every day that we get up is a day that is given to us. It is not promised to us, but He sees it fit to have us here because He has a purpose for our lives. And obviously, the purpose is not yet fulfilled. And that is the reason why He keeps us here. But we ought to find, and we ought to find a sense of gratitude. We ought to find that place where we recognize that we ought to be grateful. And for some people, even with people who assisted them in reaching a certain place, when they get there, they pretend as if I don't know this person. Nobody's asking you to bend down and wash and kiss anybody's feet. But gratitude can be expressed in many ways. So it's not that you have to turn around and give this person any of your money, as some people say, "No, give nobody none of my money." We're not asking for that. But you can say thank you. It goes a long way. Remember, and that is the reason why you have some people who are so selfish. Because if you can't recognize the assistance that you have gotten, that renders you to be in a position where you are successful, where you are comfortable, where you are satisfied, and you are pleased with your accomplishment, then that is the reason why you have people who are selfish. Because if you can't recognize such, you can't remember such, you are not going to be able to tap into that little part of you that would tell you that I need to pay it forward. You're not going to be able to tap into that little part of you that will tell you that I am my brothers and my sisters' keeper. You're not going to be able to tap into that little part of you that will undoubtedly, with all pureness in your heart, look out for your neighbor, look out for your niece, look out for your nephew, your aunt, your friend, your co-worker. You're not going to be able to do that because you can't see past your noses. And I will tell anybody, history is important. There is a reason why we can recall. There's a reason why the good Lord makes us that way, that we can recall, because there are lessons there that we should learn from. There are lessons there that should put us on a platform where we know that, okay, this happened 10 years ago and this was the end result. Let us not repeat that. There is a reason. When you take that lesson, you can say to someone else that, okay, this is, I did that and this is what happened. So I think if you pull that and you put that, then you might get a different result. But when you take things and you just hug everything, you hug everything and you just keep it to yourself, there's no way you are going to be in that frame of mind to help someone else. Because as far as you are concerned, you are the person who do what you did to get you in that position. Your mind conveniently forget all those persons who assisted you in many ways. Some people do financial assistance, some people do, where resources are concerned, they provide you with resources. Some people will contribute by giving you a physical space for you to do what you had to do in order to get to the point where you are today. So acknowledge history, and there's a place for the present. But what about the future? No one can predict the future, but we all have plans. It is not guaranteed to us, but we all have plans. Where is the sense of gratitude? What is preventing you from being grateful? What is preventing you from acknowledging that somebody had put the ladder in place for me to climb? And as a result, I remember, I am grateful, I am thankful, and I am pleased. And since that person put that ladder in place and I have all of these glorious feelings, let me pass it on. So I myself is going to put that ladder, after I've done, put that ladder in place so somebody else, someone else can climb. And I myself is going to encourage that person that when he or she finishes the climb, put the ladder so somebody else can also climb. So we are going to pay it forward for each step we make and each advance. We are going to pay it forward. What about a sense of gratitude? What about acknowledging, and what about accepting, and what about being thankful? And I've seen it over and over. We need to be grateful. We need to learn to express that sense of gratitude. Nobody's asking you to bow and worship anybody. Nobody's asking you to bend down and kiss anybody's feet if they have assisted you in your life. All we are saying, be grateful, be thankful, express that. Don't keep the fact that you have been helped and you know what to do. Pay it forward and encourage that person to express gratitude as well. There is a higher being for those of us who believe. Rest assured, whether it's Selassie you believe in, whether it's Jesus, the Trinity, Allah, whatever it is, there is a higher being. And we ought to recognize that we are not here on this earth because we deserve to be, but because the master of us all is who he is, and he allows us to remain here to fulfill our purpose. But we ought not to be selfish. We ought to find that sense of gratitude. We ought to find that sense of being grateful. We ought to acknowledge those who have assisted us. There's no need for public display, but you can say thank you. It's amazing to me when you see people help people significantly, not any small feat. significantly, and they play pretend after they have gotten to a certain point, as if, oh, I don't know this person. It's I can't fathom what is going through that person's mind. We ought to learn to express a sense of gratitude. We ought to be thankful, and we ought to understand that in order for us to pay it forward, we ought to acknowledge what how we were impacted by someone else. We ought to acknowledge how we have been impacted by someone else in order to recognize the significance, the importance of someone's contribution in your life, in your journey to success, in your journey to achieving what you set out to achieve, in your journey to self-actualization. We ought to be grateful. We ought to have that sense of gratitude, and watch and see how much pleasing it is, how much satisfied we are when we acknowledge so we can pay it forward. When you get from and you can pass on, and not just stop, let the box stop with you, not just keeping everything to ourselves. We ought to stop being selfish. Pay it forward. Express gratitude. Learn to express gratitude. Learn to dig deep and find that sense of gratitude. Pay it forward. Encourage those who you are going to help or you are helping to pay it forward to. And then we'll see that we'll end up with a better place, a better world, where we have less selfish people. The Chinese have a system. We ought to pay attention. They help. Stop being selfish. We need to be grateful. It doesn't matter how small of a thing that is. You don't need to call a person every 24 hours and tell, oh, I thank you for that, I thank you. No. But be grateful. Learn to express a sense of gratitude. Remember that we are not here because we deserve it, but because the good Lord is who He is, and He thinks that He has a sense of purpose, and he knows, let me scratch that, He does not think that. He knows when your purpose is not fulfilled, and He knows how much time you have here on earth. You don't know, I don't know. I don't know when my day will be. I'm hoping that He'll extend it for quite some time to help me fulfill some of what I do want to do, which includes others. But for those who have assisted me in any way whatsoever in my life, if I have not said it to you yet, I am thankful. I'm just expressing gratitude. So, even if you have prayed for me, which is good, be grateful, because for some people, they think that everything has, if it's dollar worth. If it's not that, then they don't have anything to tell you thanks, or they don't have anything to be grateful. I say, oh, I don't have any money, so what may I give thanks for? But I'm certain we understand that there's more to life. And if nothing COVID has taught us, is that you'll have your money and it makes no sense, because you see, COVID trapped all of us, the great equalizer. It trapped all of us in a place where it doesn't matter if you had your private jet or not, we were all grounded. So let's 2020, a year of disaster, but a year of a lot of lessons. Are we paying attention? We ought to be grateful. Learn to express gratitude. Learn to be grateful, learn to be thankful, and learn to pay it forward. Sound off in the comment section. Let me hear you. I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for tuning in.